I'm making this video today because I want to show people a new piece of agility equipment that's out on the market called a tip assist. The tip assist is made to hold up the end of the teeter so the dog can learn to run the entire length of the teeter, get reinforced up here without having to have you be near the teeter. Instead of having to catch the end of the teeter, or in the past we used to use standards. Some of us still do use standards. This is a very old method to hold up the end of the teeter. The dog runs to the end, and as the dog learns to run to the end, we move the standard so that it gets a slight bounce. This is the method that I used for both of my Toy Fox Terriers, and then you can go to a lower standard so that we get down further and further toward the ground. The dog runs the length of the teeter and continues to drop lower and lower down until finally what you can use is a table at the bottom of the teeter and even down to 8 inches. The reason that I decided to go with the tip assist this time instead of using the standards is because I have a larger dog now, a whippet, and I felt that as long as I was here with him at the end when it was dropping, he was fine, but as I started to send him through the tunnel and get some distance, distance ahead of him, some lateral distance, that it just felt like it was a little bit too unstable, and perhaps it was making him a little nervous. So I wanted to get something that had a little bit more stability when it landed, because this has an entire bar across it with a pool noodle on it, so it has a nice cushy drop that I thought that maybe it would make him a little bit more confident in running to the end of the teeter and staying there until I came over to lift him off. So the way the tip assist is instructed is that we have some nice stable metal legs here that come out and have a hook on them so that they are attached on the side with a bolt and with a hook. So there's really no way that the legs can drop out from underneath the tip assist. That's nice and stable. And we have a cotter pin on the side that we release, and we can take the bar out, and this can get the tip assist very easily to different heights. So there's no trouble in having to find a different standard. Once your standard is too big and you want to get another one to have to cut it down, all you have to do is just move this bar, take out the cotter pin, move the bar down. They have numbers on the side here so you can remember where your dog was, and lower it all the way to the bottom. So actually right now Thunder isn't this low. Thunder's on number 9. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move it back up to number 9 because this is the height that my dog is currently at with his other teeter. There is one thing that I really don't like about the tip assist. I don't like the fact that as the dog is learning how to do the teeter and learning how to run to the end, that these standards on the side, these legs or whatever you want to call them, are, I think, a pretty big visual to fade. So they're very close to the teeter. The dog is going to learn to go right next to them as the teeter is dropping all the way down to the ground. And depending on the dog, and I've never used this before, so I don't know, this may or may not be a visual that the dog becomes used to and becomes attracted to get the dog to go to the end of the teeter. So we're going to have to see how that works with Thunder and see that as this bar drops and he learns to do this teeter, is this visual of these two legs on the side going to be something that keeps him going to the end and keeps him attracted to the teeter? I'm just not sure. I would like to maybe see somebody in the future come out with a design where once your dog is dropping down a few of these rungs, that perhaps there would be some way of taking this off and starting with the lower one and dropping it, and then taking that off and starting with the lower one and dropping it. Or perhaps some way that as you drop it, this could fit inside of another portion of this leg, so that you wouldn't get quite as much height, quite as much of a visual. I don't know if that's possible or not. I haven't constructed this, I haven't designed it obviously, so I'm not really sure if that would be a possibility. But I think it would be something that would maybe help the dogs not have to continue to have this kind of a visual to go through. So let's see how it works. Start working on the teeter-totter. What you should really do with your young puppy is get him used to things moving in under his feet. You either want to use a tippy board, or you want to use a balance disc, or you want to use a bougie board, which is usually a round board with like a half a ball shape and underneath it that sort of moves back and forth kind of unpredictably depending on the way the dog balances on it. All of my puppies were doing this before they were ever introduced to a teeter, and Wicked and Thunder and Mario and I think Spider actually were able to even do this before I got them, when they were as young as 3 or 4 weeks old, because their breeders had things like this in the little puppy pen with them. Also, before you want to do the teeter, you really want to work on the bang game. So this is Thunder doing the bang game. I do the bang game with Thunder even now, even though he's learning the full height teeter, because I really want him to have value for the 2-on 2-off position at the end of the board for when the teeter is dropping from its full height. You can start this with a target plate like I have at the end of the teeter. That's what I do for my dogs for their 2-on 2-off. You can use a release and then throw to a toy after the dog understands what the end position is. So you're not just speeding on the end position, you want the reinforcement to come out away from it. Builds a little bit of speed, gets the dog driving to the end and going out from it. When I first started this method with Thunder, I stood at the end, I had him in a sitting position like Wicked, and I just called him to the top, because I wanted him to understand that he needed to stop here and not go flying off. Wicked, you want to try it? Okay, come on up. Good boy, nice. So the reason I'm using Wicked and not Thunder is because I didn't want to confuse Thunder anymore, because he's already started the drop. Wicked already knows this, and he's pretty resilient, so I think that he won't have a hard time with that. So we're going to try one more time with him, see if he can go a little faster. Come here, Wicked. Sit. Good. Wait. Ready? Ready, set. Okay, come on, let's go. Nice. Good boy. All right. Good job. So Wicked understands to come to the top already. So then what I would do after the dog is really used to that, I would add a little bit of motion. Because of the sun here today and because it's so warm out, I've got this teeter out here instead of in my fenced-in area out here, which would give us more room so it could be in the shade. But I might have a tunnel after this, or I'm just going to run with him and just see if I can go him a little faster. The top, he understands to stop. Ready, set, let's go. Nice, good boy. All right, and then we want to do it on both sides. Ready? Get up there. Nice. Good job. All right. Great. Okay. So that is the first step to using this method. You can see the tip assistant was really nice and strong, didn't wobble, held up pretty nice for that initial trip up to the top. So, okay, so we're going to move this out. I'm just going to show you one more. I'm going to move this down one, which would be the next. Yeah, we could see here. Progression. I'm going to put the cotter pin back in. Okay, Wiki. Gonna go? Let's try it again. Come here. Ready? It's gonna bump this time. Ready? about an inch here. Let's run. Get up there. Boom. Nice. All right. The dog really isn't feeling anything yet as this is dropping, or very little motion, but that's what you want to start with. Go, go, get in there. Come on, let's go. Hop up. Nice. All the way to the end. Good boy. Good. Go, go. Get in there. Come on, let's go. Hop up, up, up. Nice. Good boy. Good boy. Good. Pretty good. Go. Go. Let's go. Up, up, up. Nice. Good boy. Let's go. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Come on, let's go up there. Good boy. Nice. Beautiful. All right. Go, 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 go. Get in there. Come on, let's go. Up. Nice. Good job. Good boy. Yay. Now here, come here, come here, come here, here. We didn't set it on yet. No. You anxious? Are you anxious? Are you anxious? Let's go. Get up. Come on, let's go. Hop, up, up, up. Good boy. Beautiful. All right. Here, hop up. So, good boy. So this was Thunder's actually second time on the tip assist. He started with the standard, and I got it about this low with the standard. I got the tip assist delivered on Saturday. I was in an agility trial, so today is actually the first day that I've been able to use it. I used it this morning when I trained him, and I just wanted to make this little video to show you guys what he's been able to do on it so far. So I think the first couple times you could see that he was a little hesitant. He didn't go all the way to the top. He didn't really know what it was. Even though I used it this morning a couple times, he still looked like he was questioning exactly what this thing was all about. But then after a couple times, he looks like he's driving a lot better toward the end. So hopefully the standards aren't really bothering him too much. Another thing about the tip assist that I don't like is its price. I think I should tell you guys that it's over $300. That's a lot of money. I think it might be something that clubs would look at, or obviously if you can afford it, if you know you're going to have a lot of agility dogs down the line. I give classes and lessons here at my home, so I thought this would be a good thing for my students. And also, I probably see another couple of agility dogs in my future that I'm going to be starting out, so I figured I would invest in it and give it a try. So if you like this method, let me know. And if any of you have the tip assist, let me know. I'd be interested